decision to bolt straight out of my life. From everything that I had ever known and learned to accept as my life, and to leap headfirst into this new reality. He dissolved all my agitation and unease, and made all my feelings of not belonging disappear in the blink of an eye. I knew that this was the person who was going to take me home. Not only that, but I felt like a flame sent to blaze his walls down. I recognized the intense spiritual fire between us from the start. It made me feel empowered and confident, but also aloof and elusive. I wanted to slip through his fingers, to always be just out of reach, so as to push him inwards towards the discovery of his own soul. Even though I was not aware of it at the time, my behavior always reflected this. I wanted nothing more than to have him in my life, yet when he wasn't aligning with his authentic self, this would trigger me and one or both of us would both get repelled and separation would follow. It took me years and years to realize this was what was happening for him too. It was only once I became aware of this that I was then able to start to transmute it. Now, as I prepare to meet my twin flame for the first time in almost a decade, I am well aware that all the spiritual growth of these past years has been preparing me for this moment. These past 18 months we have both felt the celestial magnets being switched on again, and we both know without a doubt that it is God drawing us to each other. I am both nervous and excited, and as ready as I will ever be, yet I still worry about falling into old patterns. My mind understands the mirroring, the energetics and the triggering. After all, I'm an illumined twin flame, so I should do pretty good, right? Even then, it is my heart that I worry about. In between feeling empowered and exhilarated, I feel vulnerable and scared in equal measure. I know I must allow my heart to take the lead, as a third-dimensional mind could never wrap itself around the reality of such a journey. The truth is that we cannot bring this love down to that level, but instead we must rise above this earthy existence and feel the twin flame's love as the pure and all-encompassing love that it is. The only way to do this is to heal and elevate our heart, and to have faith that everything is as it should be in this moment, even when we do not know where we are going. The thing is, there is no true safety in clinging on to any relationship or situation as permanent. The entire notion of safety is a vile deception. Life and growth happens when we allow ourselves to be swept away by the tidal wave of the eternal now. Spending too much time living in the past or projecting into the future is the same as resisting your life, your destiny and God. I have been guilty of this, just like everyone else. It leads us absolutely nowhere. So many of us today are awakened, yet we remain in situations that no longer serve our highest good. For example, staying in a karmic relationship while waiting for our twin flame to finally file for that divorce so that our life together can begin, etc. What we don't understand is that we are affecting the union negatively by not trusting and loving ourselves enough to move on from what we know is no longer serving us, or from that which compromises our integrity. Instead we look to our twin for validation and reassurance when this journey was never about the other, but all about the self. What we often see is one twin frozen by the fear of the past repeating itself, while the other projects everything into a future life together. Even though the hearts of both twins know and whisper at them to rise up to the challenge of becoming who they really are, their minds play devil's advocate by pointing out past mistakes and future worst-case scenarios, or at what the other is or isn't doing. Emily's tilde 1. Yet both twins need to ultimately start living the now, for this is the only place where real love can reside, and we cannot get there by refusing to look at the present moment. The thing is, whether you are running from union or chasing it, this journey causes intense, debilitating fear when we are not living from our hearts. When we try to avoid this self-work, we each in our own way push each other away, without even realizing that we are doing it. Just as we want to skip our spiritual self-work in order to jump into physical union with our twin mirrors this same avoidance by living a life their brain tells them is safe and secure, instead of following their heart to become the fullest expression of their authentic self. Eventually both twins risk slipping back into the matrix. into a life of mediocrity that will not give them all the beauty they dream of but will not come with any of the devastation and heartache either. Living in the now is the key to everything: love, awakening, balance, and most importantly, who we truly are. It is our authentic state of being and the natural flow of our spirit. If we follow it, we will be constantly growing and stepping further and further into our true magnificence. Many of us want to do this, yet we simply let this world get in the way. Our lives and responsibilities keep us tied to our human reality, but our twin flame is always calling us to theirs. Eventually, through our 5D connection with them, we open our eyes to the one reality, that of our eternal life and ascension home with our twin flame. After all else is illusion. But the thing is, we must choose it first. We hope this channel has helped you discover where to start on your actual paths. It's a good karma to put a like, subscribe and share. Leave your suggestion in the field below. With all the love to you.